Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hobart begins now.
Good evening, everyone. A Launceston suburb has been rocked by a late-night shooting incident which saw 2 parked cars damaged. It follows a number of gun-related incidents in the last few days, with the offenders still to be found. Reporter Josh Duggan has the details.
The back windows of 2 unoccupied parked cars have been destroyed in a shooting incident on Poplar Parade in Youngtown. The first, a Subaru, reported to police around 9 o'clock last night. The second, a bus, only discovered this morning. Authorities say both owners heard loud bangs outside their houses last night, and police believe the crimes were likely committed by the same offender. It's the third shooting incident in a matter of days in the city, following a woman being shot in her car on Thursday night and a firearm discharged into a Balfour Street home.
They are of significant concern to police, and I guess I take this opportunity to reassure the community that we are throwing a full effort into investigating them and determining who's responsible for these matters.
Police do not currently believe the 3 are connected, with ballistics indicating different weapons were used in the incidents. Authorities say they don't have any details identifying the offenders and are asking anyone with information to come forward.
Vehicles stolen from the Launceston tip have been used as part of an alleged spate of overnight burglaries. Police say offenders stole 2 sets of keys from the centre in Mowbray before allegedly travelling as far as Georgetown and Evandale to rob businesses. Both vehicles were later found burnt out in bushland behind the northern suburbs. Anyone with information is asked to come forward. Federal Group says it's taking a cyber incident which hit Federal Group's Tasmanian businesses extremely seriously. The incident occurred in the early hours of yesterday morning, resulting in electronic poker machines at Hobart's Rest Point Casino and Launceston's Country Club being shut down. Federal Group says it's currently working with cyber experts to restore functions. Some check-in facilities have also been impacted. As the state election campaign ramps up, independent candidate Christy Johnston has accused the major parties of avoiding big issues such as health and housing. The Greens released its tenants' rights policy, while Labor today committed to funding parks in Hobart's northern suburbs.
Labor swinging into action, committing to upgrade park facilities at Gagebrook as part of their election campaign.
The commitment today would enable the construction of a flying fox, some water play, new seating and lighting as well as fencing.
Promising to allocate $500,000 for upgrades in a partnership with Mona, Brighton Council and Centrecare, if elected.
There have been a number of new houses built in this community, but the infrastructure, like parks, simply hasn't kept up.
But independent Christy Johnston is concerned the major parties aren't talking about the big issues.
The fact that we've heard over the weekend that there are nurses doing 18-hour shifts is absolutely insane. Where are the major parties out talking about how they're going to fix the crisis in our health system?
Both parties say their health policies will be announced in the coming weeks. The Premier talking up the Liberals' achievements over a cup of coffee.
We need a strong economy to ensure that we've got the revenues to invest in health and housing and education.
While the Greens have unveiled its renters' rights policy, advocating for improved tenant security.
We will again move for amendments to the Residential Tenancy Act that put controls on rent increases like they have in the ACT.
Saying tenants are being taken advantage of.
I signed a lease in January for $220 a week to pay rent. And then I got a letter a couple of weeks ago to say that they wanted to up my rent to $350 a week starting in May.
Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Children around the state have woken up to chocolate treats as Tasmanians celebrate Easter Sunday. The Easter Bunny even managed to track down those staying at caravan parks, making a special appearance in the Huon Valley.
260 kids waiting excitedly for one thing.
We're waiting for the Easter Bunny to come in a helicopter. Really excited.
With their eyes fixed on the sky, they were quick to spot the helicopter carrying a very special guest approaching the caravan park. The Easter Bunny making its descent, leaving a trail of eggs much to the delight of those watching on.
The children have been waiting since about 8 o'clock this morning, wanting to know when the Easter Bunny was going to arrive in the helicopter. So it's been a long wait for them because the Easter Bunny didn't arrive till 10:30, but yes, it was certainly worth the wait.
Eager chocolate lovers quickly swarming the paddock, keen to collect their Easter treats.
I'm just finding lots of fish. Yeah. And I have thousands, I think. Yeah, he got lots. Collecting a big basket of Easter eggs.
How many eggs do you think you've got?
Maybe in the 90s.
Last year, the Easter Bunny had to receive a travel exemption to enter the state because of COVID. This year, his job was made a little easier with the easing of restrictions.
It's just one of the events put on at the Huon Valley Caravan Park for Easter Sunday. Owners overjoyed to welcome back guests after 2020 left them without tourists.
We need to have Easter to get us through the winter months with things being so quiet, and last year it was devastating not getting Easter, and this year we've had the biggest Easter on record.
The Premier last year telling people to stay home over the Easter period, now reflecting on how much has changed in just 1 year.
I'm so very thankful that all Tasmanians did the right thing, that we got on top of COVID, and importantly, whilst there are still some restrictions, our life has largely returned to normal.
Meg Sides, 7 Tasmania News.
Well, many Tasmanians enjoyed an Easter Sunday sleep-in. Around 1,600 runners embarked on a gruelling early marathon in Hobart. Strong winds and steep hills not stopping some athletes from smashing records and personal bests in the annual run.
Racing towards the end of a tough slog. The first to leap across the finish line, this Tasmanian-based runner completing the 21-kilometre half marathon in 1 hour and 6 seconds.
Yeah, it was really good. We had a good pack early, and I'm not going to lie, it's all taking part that counts, but no, it's great to win.
Tokyo Olympic hopeful Ellie Pashley shortly following, beating the record for the women's heat.
I wasn't really sure what to expect, so I went out probably a little too hard, and then ran 71 minutes, so that's not a bad time.
Competitors of the 442-kilometre marathon not taking too long to also cross the line. Victorian Matt Gunther smashing the race in 2 hours 25 minutes after a break from the sport.
It's been a long time since I've done a marathon, so it was really important to, I really wanted to focus on staying controlled early and easing into the second half. So I was really happy with how it played out in the end.
Another female runner beating records, Marnie Ponton from New South Wales, running in 2 hours 39 minutes.
Oh, good, yes. I was keen for that record, so very happy to get it.
Around 1,600 participants running through Hobart's northern suburbs during sunrise in the 38th annual circuit event, taking place on Easter Sunday for the first time, attracting some special race goers.
It's the premier marathon and half marathon running event in Tasmania, and it's really the first marathon in Australia of scale since COVID hit, so we're really pleased to welcome people from all over Australia here today.
With this year's blustery race coming with its fair share of challenges.
Look, it's not the flattest course, it's undulating, and there's definitely some wind.
You have to go up this hill and it just completely wipes you out, and then you see the finish and it seems so far away, even though it's just like 300 metres or something, but it's really tough.
Ruby Kamain, 7 Tasmania News.
2 Centurions have helped Tasmania build an impressive first innings total in its Sheffield Shield clash with Western Australia. Jake Duran and Bo Webster both passed triple figures as their Western Australian counterparts toiled in the field. Partway through the evening session, the Tigers were bowled out for 514.
Good evening, everyone. A sunny Easter Sunday today with Launceston reaching 23 degrees, Hobart and Devonport both 21 and 19 in Burnie. Across the state, Friendly Beach is a top of 22, the islands, Smithton, Lowhead and Grove all 19, 17 in Strawn and Lyowini 16 degrees. Mostly sunny across the east, north and central parts of the state today, with some high cloud moving over to the east, while low-level cloud lies over the west and far south of the state. Further out, a large and thick cloud band sits over the eastern seaboard, while a trough is bringing low to high-level cloud to the southwest of Western Australia. Tomorrow's chart shows a cold front over the south of the Tasman Sea. A high moves into the northwest of Tasmania, while a trough lies over the coast of Western Australia. West to southwesterly winds tomorrow 15 to 25 knots, reaching up to 30 knots in the south, and southwesterly swells reaching 4 to 6 metres. And there is a strong wind warning current for southern coastal waters from Tasman Island to Low Rocky Point. Partly cloudy and 21 in Hobart tomorrow, 20 in Dover and Ouse. Launceston 22 and partly cloudy, mostly sunny and 21 in Devonport, Scottsdale a top of 19. 21 in Burnie tomorrow, 18 in a shower or two in Strawn, 20 degrees in Stanley, and in the east partly cloudy and 20 in St Helens, and Swansea and Ross both 21. Looking on to Tuesday now, fine with temperatures in the low 20s, fine on Wednesday with light winds, and on Thursday showers developing about the west and extending statewide during the afternoon. 27 in Adelaide tomorrow, partly cloudy in Melbourne and Canberra, 28 and showers in Sydney, rain, and 24 in Brisbane and 33 in Darwin. And currently Hobart 15 and partly cloudy, clear and 16 in Launceston and mostly clear and 14 in Devonport. And I hope you all had a wonderful Easter, Lou.
You too, Chelsea. And that's all your news for now. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you've had a lovely Easter Sunday and have a nice evening. Good night.